Hi guys, Uncle James here, and if you can't tell, I'm a little bit excited for today. So got up this morning very early with Carol, drove 250 miles there, 250 miles back to pick up something really special, something I've wanted since I first started looking into RC, but couldn't afford a new one. So the reason we drove so far today was because we managed to find one second hand, which we could do a trade on. So sadly, Bronco's gone for now, but we're looking to replace him somewhere down the line. But may I introduce to you the Super Baja Rey. And would you look at the size of this thing? Tumble dryer, Super Baja Rey. Tumble dryer, Super Baja Rey. It is enormous. So much so that we're down here in the kitchen right now for the unboxing because there's just not the room upstairs in the garage. So a little bit about it. It's the Super Baja Rey 2.0. It's the Breathanol version, as you can see. It is second hand, and I have already had it out the box. Like I said, I drove 200 miles to go and have a look at it. I wasn't going to do that drive, bring it all the way back without at least checking that it worked first. And to be honest, guys, it was almost like brand new. The guy had it out once. It's spanking, it's beautiful. So let's get inside and have a look, shall we? This thing is so big. Oh! It is enormous. Right, I'm gonna have to put you down. Here she is, guys. Look at her. She's beautiful. The Losi Super Baja Rey 2.0 Breathanol version in the flesh. What I really love about this vehicle is that just the scale looks to her. From the fire extinguishers and the fans and the jack, 2 spare wheels which are functional, which is a lovely bonus. To the navigator and driver in there. Hey guys, just gorgeous vehicle. Love the rubber guard here. Got the front lights here. Oh, and the lights on the rear. Just so well put together, this thing. Beautiful vehicle. So it also has the chassis strengthening bar there to stop some of the flex. So I'm grateful that that was already put in place. I've got a lot of work I want to do on this vehicle before I really take her out. In case you can't tell, I'm really rather quite happy, very excited. The stickers, you've heard it all before in everyone else's unboxing videos. They're not in the best shape. They're really quite poorly put on in some places, but I have seen worse. I'm going to shoe glue some of it. We'll do the shoe glue and drywall tape underneath, and we'll just run some of the clear shoe glue over some of the cracks to try and stop stuff getting inside there. Apart from that, yeah, she's like brand new. I absolutely love her. Cannot wait to get her out. We will do a reveal with Junior. No point showing him this now because he'll want to get it straight out there and bash the crap out of it. And I've got some work to do first before we get to that point, but we will do a reveal there. So what's the plan for this truck then? Well, we're going to do a little series on tuning and upgrades, but it's going to be on a budget. This vehicle isn't cheap new, it's not cheap second hand. It's taking up most of my resources for now. So what's the plan for the truck now? Well, we're going to do a little series on tuning the suspension. So what's the plan for the truck now? Well, we're going to do a very basic little series. It's going to be a budget series on just how to bring this truck up to scratch. There's a few things that it needs from the get-go. A little bit of attention to detail on the stickers. The tyres, we're going to put some Gorilla Tape in there. We'll show you how to do that. We're going to put some thicker diff fluids in the center and rear diffs. What else have we got? We're going to play around with the suspension, trying a few different We're going to play around with the suspension, try a few different mounting points on it and some different weight fluids in there. We're going to play around with the suspension, try a few of the different mounting points and some different weight fluids in there. All these things really are to try and help the car's performance in the corners. We've seen some examples of the truck. All these things are really to help the performance of the car in the corners. We've seen through everyone else's YouTube videos, it has a tendency to roll, and we're looking to fix that before we even get it out on the road. So Gorilla Tape on the tyres, thicker diff fluids, shock oils. We've already got the chassis brace on there. And yeah, we'll do a bit more research in the meantime, see what else we can do on a budget to get this thing in top performance. See what we can do on a budget to get this thing running as it should out the box. And we'll take you on our journey with you. And we'll take you on the journey with us. So what's the plans for this truck now? Well, I'm going to record a little series on budget tuning and upgrades that we can do to help get this car run as it should out of the box. There's a few little things to do. First, so what now? So what now? What's our plans for this truck? Well, we're going to do a little budget series. So what now? So what now? What's the plans for this truck? Well, we're going to film a little series, budget tuning, budget upgrades, things we can do to get this truck to run as it should do out of the box. We've seen in everyone else's videos, this thing's been out a while now, it has a tendency to roll in the corners. So that's going to be our main objective, try and fix that. A couple of other things like the stickers. So that will involve things like moving the shocks into different places, changing the shock oils, having a look at the diffs, seeing what kind of fluid's in there. Does it need a thicker fluid? We'll have a look at them. We're going to change the toe-in housing. We'll change the toe-in housing ends. Currently, I believe they're at a 3-degree toe-in. We want to... So what's that going to involve exactly? Well, we're going to play with the shocks, try different placements. So what will all that involve? Well, we're going to first of all look at the shocks, try the different... James. So what's our plans for this truck? Well, we're going to film a little series on upgrades that this thing really needs out of the box. As you will have seen on all the other YouTube channels, has a tendency to roll straight out of the box when it's in the corners. So, what's our plans for this truck? Well, we're going to film a little series on upgrades. So what's our plans for this truck? We're going to film a little series on tuning and upgrades for this truck that it really needs out of the box. As you've all seen in... So, what's our plans for this truck? Well, we're going to film a little series on upgrades and tuning that it needs out of the box. Oh my goodness, James, burping and fucking coughing. So, what's our plans for this truck? Well, we're going to film a little series on things that it needs out. So, what's our plans for this truck? Well, we're going to film a little series on all the things that it needs doing out of the box. As you'll have seen on all the other YouTube releases, it does have a tendency to turn over. So, what's our plans for this truck? Well, we're going to film a little series on tuning and upgrades that this thing needs out of the box. As I've seen in all the other YouTube videos, it does have a tendency to roll in corners when it's straight from the box. So, fucking bastard. So, what's our plans for this truck? Well, we're going to film a little series on jobs that needs doing. So, what's our plans for this truck? Well, we're going to film a little series on all the little jobs that need doing to make this truck handle better out of the box. As you'll have seen in all the other YouTube videos, it does have a tendency to flip over in the corners when it's set up straight from the box. So what will that involve? Well, we're going to have a look at the shocks, replacing the shock oils and also the locations where it's mounted. We're going to change the housing ends. It comes with the rear wheels towed in at 3 degrees, but it does come with adapters to change that to have it at 0 degrees. So we're hoping that's going to help. We're going to look at the tires, stick some Gorilla Tape in there to stop the ballooning. We're going to have a look at the diffs, the center and the rear ones in particular, see what the fluid situation's like in there, perhaps put a thicker fluid in there, try and help with the sliding in the corners. And I've also been warned to have a look at the steering end points, otherwise there's a good chance you're going to burn out the servo. So we're going to start with those jobs, see how the truck performs, and we'll go from there. So, see you in the first video. Take care.